Welcome to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, and we're here in studio. We have an amazing day lined up for everybody. And we would not be the Tucson Tasty Show without our amazing sponsors. That's Vera Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra, Marketing, Print and Mail, SACA, which is Southern Arizona Art and Cultural Alliance. And don't forget to subscribe and share if you're joining us on the YouTube channel or Facebook. And those are the Tucson Tasty Show and the Tasty Show 520 on YouTube. Right. So we do have an amazing lineup for you today. We have Cody Peck from Network Outdoors, and he's going to talk about the wild game dinner. And we have our Tucson Night Fight update with Chef Mike from Mama Luisa's. And we also have Bacher cider in the house, or cider house in the house.
Yep.
And so it's going to be a great day. We also have Fatboy Sandoz, and then at the end of the show, or the last segment, we actually get to welcome Chef Nikki of Netflix in. So it's gonna be a great day. So you want to hang out, and don't forget to like and share. Now, before we get kicked off with Chef Mike and update from Knife Fights, I would like everybody to know that if you want to call in and be part of the show, we're giving away 2 tickets to the U of A versus NAU tonight at the U of A the Arizona Stadium. There it is. And which you got to go there to check out Cervezas and get some of that Los Gato hot sauce on their Sonoran dogs. What do you think of that, Cody?
Interesting.
Man of few words. All right.
riveting commentary.
I'll be here all week.
And all right, well, that's Mike, Chef Mike Elefante from Mama Luisa's. Why don't you give us an update on Knife Fight? How is it going?
It's going pretty good. So we are starting the quarterfinals. We'll be at the Monica this week, Monday, 7 o'clock. It's free to come, free to join. Come have a good time. Bar fight, you're going to have Raquel versus Destiny, so friends of them come out. Christian versus Chris Burrell in the first Knife Fight, and then Oscar versus Roberto in second fight. Wrapping it up, so should be a good time. Probably expecting about 200 people again this week.
That's awesome.
So,
and it's at the Monica, which you got to get in there to get some of that flatbread, or they have so many good bites over there.
Yeah, we were filming our little teaser today there, and walked by the pastry section, and they've just got some just delicious looking croissants and stuff, and I was like, just give me some of those, please. They look so good. There was one that was like toasted almond with like hazelnut on there, and then like powdered sugar, and it's all crunchy and crispy, and it's like size of my hand. I was like, give me this thing, please.
Awesome. And we've had some really cool mystery ingredients over the last couple weeks, and the bar fights it was an unexpected twist last week, right?
Yeah. Competitor didn't show up. No call, no showed us. It's like the second or third time that's happened. It doesn't happen often, but the previous year's winner was at the bar drinking. I walked up to him and I was like, "Hey, you ready to defend that title, bud?" He's like, "Well, I guess." All right. So we gave him about 5 minutes to go look for an ingredient, kind of get a game plan, and
he came out with steak.
Yeah, he came out with steak.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery food
for the
cocktail competition.
For the cocktail
competition.
So it was really good. And you know who he went up against? Her name is escaping me right now, but she did so good. Honestly, that was a toss-up. Like she came ready to go. She's watched it. She studied it. She came with a game plan.
Right.
She was ready to roll. Like she comes back next year. She's one I'm putting my money on for sure.
Fair enough.
So did he like press this steak or something and get all the juices out?
No.
What did he do?
He actually seared it up and then put it as a tapa on the drink. That's what I would call it, anyways. What would you call it, Chef?
Yeah. So he seared it, and then with like some seasonings and spices in there. and some bitters, and then he took the drippings and put it into the cocktail, like fat washed it. Then cut the steak. It was like a beautiful medium rare. 3 nice little squares. Put them on there. He didn't have any like swords or any garnish stuff, so he just put like 2 straws together because he made it work.
Borrowed them from the bar.
Yeah, and awesome. It was really good. I mean, every cocktail. Honestly, that bar fight, those cocktails, all of them from both sides were spectacular.
Awesome.
There wasn't a single one that was just kind of meh.
Fair enough.
So
we do have the owners and operators of Bacher Cider House in the house, in the studio today, and I'm looking at the just slew of samples they brought in for everybody. So why don't we go ahead and who are you? What do you do? And why do you do it?
I'm Don with Bacher. I do it because I really enjoy cider. I think everybody enjoys to drink. It's something that I am passionate about. When I was in college, I drank. Well, when I was in college, I drank, but I also drank cider. That was one of the first alcohols I got, my hands on. And I've just wanted to embrace it and keep it in Tucson. We don't have anything like us here, and hopefully for a really long time. But for now, we're the game, and we try to bring our game.
Right.
Sweet.
So what inspired you to start making ciders over anything else?
I've always cooked and whatnot. Nobody would call me chef, but, I did do some cooking. I was in the beer industry for a while, and that ended, and I still enjoy hosting things and making things and sharing the things I make, and cider just seemed like the next best step to go through.
Cool. All right. So what did you bring in to the studio to talk about? I see that you have some, and I'm actually kind of excited about this because this is Bella's Gelato.
It is. Our anniversary is coming up next week, and we're doing a pairing with Bella Gelato and the Gourmet Girls for cupcakes.
Oh,
and
I love those
There we
ladies.
go. Yeah.
Shout out to them, by the way. I had to just interject. They're the best.
Yeah, they're fabulous. We do
They
that,
are.
and we carry some of their food as our food in-house. But I brought some gelato, and that pairs with our lemon prickly pear.
All right,
and then I brought some hibiscus and
Sweet.
our grapefruit mint.
So this
Grapefruit
one
Yep,
is
that's the lemon prickly pear. So
lemon prickly pear cider. Here we go.
Tucson lemons, Tucson prickly pears.
You got to do it right. So you got to taste it a little bit, right?
I didn't know there were rules, but I'm glad I'm learning these
Well,
things.
he's looking at me specifically to make sure I understand how to do it right,
Okay,
because I do
okay.
it wrong all the time.
And you get all the flavors, and then you try some of the
sorbet.
sorbet.
Is it sorbet or gelato?
Sorbet.
Yeah. And then you taste it again, and you compare.
So you'll find our ciders are dry. We're not.
wow.
We're not very sweet.
That actually opens up quite a few of those. You definitely get the prickly pear after you try the.
Is it prickly pear?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's like a really good EG's. Like, you guys need to make your own frozen mix
We-
of that.
we do.
Yeah. Gelato does.
I'd be there every day.
We do a slushy. We do our slushies in house, and we do them to
Ooh.
go. We just moved on to horchata. Is one
All
of
right,
ours.
I'll be down. I gotta go.
So, well, we do it to go too,
I'm so
so you
excited
could
for
get
this.
one on your way to work.
Hey, maybe we got another location for Knife Fight next year.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Well, where are you located?
We're on 4th Avenue, just north of downtown, 4th and 7th. Everybody knows Che's Lounge. They're a great neighbor. And the Hippie Gypsy and the Co-op, which are, total staples of 4th Avenue. We're right there in the corner.
Nice,
right.
nice.
I love horchata. Like, that's like one of my favorite things. You said that, I'm all over it.
Mixing it
So
up.
it's horchata with alcohol.
Yeah.
So
Say less.
Even better.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Well-
See you next week.
That is good though, and it is refreshing because it is definitely hot outside for September 7th, and we're hitting triple digits still. It's a little intense, and I got to go out to a ranch after the show and hang out with horses and everybody out there. So I'm not
Have a
super
fun time.
excited.
Yeah. Bring some shade. And then
Bring some
I also,
shade.
I also brought a couple other ones. I
Yes.
brought the red one that in front of everyone is the hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
Do you need another one? You seem thirsty. It must definitely be hot out.
I'm just a chef. I drink.
Yeah.
You don't
Try her
drink.
again. That's our hibiscus. We do.
Smoke
We
No,
do.
I don't. Actually, I'm not a smoker.
Yeah.
Even when you're on fire?
Barbecue smoke. I thought you meant cigarettes because that's what most chefs run on is booze and cigarettes. And
They
something.
do that, and doctors do.
This
that.
is really good.
Yeah, so we make a tea out of it with apple, and then it goes into the fermenter and gets yeast, and then yeast sugar makes alcohol, which
Right.
we all enjoy.
I
Well-
like that it's not overly sweet. Like it's not sweet. Like it's flavored well. There's sweetness to it, but it's not sugar. Like it's really, really yummy. This
Thanks.
is very enjoyable.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't add sugar to anything but our slushies. Those are, the sweetest thing we touch. But otherwise, all of our ciders we ferment dry and don't add anything to them except fruit.
So really quick on the, or what's this last one that you brought in for us?
That-
Because then we got to go to break and move on. Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's all good. So
It
that's
goes
our
fast.
that's our grapefruit mint. It's grapefruits from one of our customers that we juiced and made into a cider with it. So it's grapefruit, apple, and mint. A little bit of yeast and makes this one. It's 5.6%. Also should be dry. Get a little bit of the tanginess from the grapefruit. And yeah, it's something we have on tap all the time. We've got 32 taps in house, and our anniversary coming up this coming week. All kinds of
So
events.
go down and join them on 4th and
7th.
7th, and definitely check them out. It's a really cool
Tap room.
tap room. Yep, and we're actually going to be planning a tap room takeover with them, but more to come on that. And we can't wait. I can't wait to have you guys back
Thanks.
and talk more about your stories, about how you came up with all the different flavors. Because I mean, all of them are just it's good.
They're
And
delicious.
I don't say that very often about homegrown ciders. So I've had a few, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is delicious. Thank you. Ooh. But yeah, so I'm Wesley Source, your host of the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll be right back with Cody and our next guest, Fat Boy Sandoz. Special thank you to our sponsors, Vera Earl Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing Print and Mail, Saka. And as always, stay tasty, Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source, and we're here live in studio. We're going to give away some stickers to a lucky winner, or lucky caller. So make sure that if you want some tickets to the U of A game tonight, call 520-790-2040. These are good seats too, actually. I don't know if you know the stadium very well, Cody, but it's
I
actually
somewhat know the stadium.
it's section 20, and it's row 29. So you're
that's
pretty
a
much
nice-
like
that's
on
a
the
nice
field.
row, yeah.
I mean, you could walk up and harass NAU players if you wanted to. I mean, it's right there.
So what he's saying is bring food and throw it at them? No, don't do that.
No, you'd be escorted out of the stadium. All right, so thank you to our amazing sponsors. That's Vera Earl Premium Beef. Let's see. Vera Earl Premium Beef, Your Financial Guide, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing Print and Mail, Saka, and don't forget to subscribe and share if you're online. And we have some amazing new guests for you, and that is the owners of Fat Boy Sandoz. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi guys.
How's it going, guys? Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming in. I know you guys had a opening today, so
Yeah.
we're super excited to be able to have you in this the studio.
For sure. It's still going right now. So we've been soft open for about 3 weeks now, and we definitely needed that. So today we got hit pretty bad, but I always underestimate.
I saw the lines.
Yeah, I always
That
underestimate how much Tucson
I
shows
was
up.
impressed.
We're kick putting in the mouth there though. It's super
So
fun.
hopefully our team's okay right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they're good, right? I mean, you got all the training and everything else.
for sure.
So
Yeah,
They had 3
I'm
weeks of
excited.
prep time, so
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
we're still running out of everything. But it's fine.
So tell us a little bit about Fat Boy Sandoz. I mean, how did you come up with the concept for? I mean, it's a unique concept. I mean, really nowhere else in Tucson is doing what you're doing. And tell us a little bit more about that.
The concept.
Stop playing with your chicken, Cody.
Yeah, I definitely didn't come up
You
with the
should give me
concept. The
toys.
concept's, there in Japan. It's convenience food, so from their convenience stores in Japan, they were kind of getting popular online already, and so I was kind of just a fanboy of it. and super intrigued by it. And I tried the first place that brought this concept to the U.S. and kind of did it right. They were called Conby in Echo Park in L.A. And once I tried them out, it was just history from there. I knew I had to bring it to Arizona. Not really having a culinary background either. I love the concept, I was super interested in it, and I knew I could do it. So from there, it was just kind of history.
Yeah, we just like quit our jobs. He came back and was like, I want to do this. And we got a food truck. We quit our jobs, and yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the way to do it. I mean, I understand completely. We're full-time Tucson Tasty show, and I am running from one thing to another. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to take a chance on yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and we do really enjoy supporting local restaurants and being able to blast you guys out on the airwaves as well as over the social medias and YouTube and everything, and getting the clips and just highlighting one of the things that we're passionate about. And we partner with our advertisers and sponsors so that we don't have to charge you to come into the studio. And
for sure.
we definitely appreciate that because the show does occur cost every time we turn on these or turn on the show.
Yeah,
So we definitely want to make sure that we're taking care of our restaurants and highlighting the chefs and getting those stories. So tell us, how did you come up with? Let's talk about your first cool little thing over here.
So that's gonna be an onigiri, and it's our gyu beef.
That's the gayu, yeah. So that's it's thinly sliced sweet beef and caramelized onions with sesame seeds, green onion, little brown sugar. So that one's really good. Also our newer one. So
Yeah.
that was a spicy.
Yeah, the
that
other
was
one's
a spicy
spicy tuna.
spicy tuna is the most popular one,
Yeah,
of course.
that one goes
So
crazy.
traditionally, tuna is probably one of the most basic ones that they have in Japan. So I definitely wanted a spicy version of that. So.
And you don't just make your bread, or you get it directly from someplace. Tell us a little bit more about your bread and how you're sourcing that for your sandwiches.
Yeah, so it's just through our JFC. It's our Japanese distributor importer. They're awesome. We get all of our Japanese products from there. They're not cheap, obviously, but they're so great. I did try making our bread at first, and it did not work out. I even got pans made and everything custom, and they were just a mess. Making bread is tough, so we quickly discovered that we needed it made for us, especially our volume that we needed right away. We used to get it from August Road's Bakery. They were awesome as well.
Fair enough.
But the bread we have now is amazing as well. It's doing great for us. So it's Japanese milk bread, so it's very
milk
thick.
bread, it's chewy, it's thick, it hits all the olfactories. So yeah,
for sure.
In I don't know if you brought it in or not, but your egg salad.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, we got it right there.
Is
It's a Japanese egg salad.
one of your best sellers, right?
Yeah, we just
for
redid
sure.
the recipe on that too.
And we're gonna try this
Yeah,
after the break at the bottom of the hour here. But
So are these all
oh my
your
gosh.
in-house recipes?
The basic recipes are there. They're all over the place for the. These are kind of sandwiches as the sandos that they have in the convenience stores in Japan already. So after just getting the base recipes, of course, I tweaked them myself, and I'm still changing them today. We just changed our egg salad recipe last week again, and it just keeps on getting better. So
Exciting.
Yeah, we try to keep on growing, of course, and getting better. So
what is in the egg salad to make it a Japanese egg salad?
So it has rice vinegar in it, which is a little sweet. Green onion, and the factor is the Japanese mayo, the Kewpie. So Kewpie is amazing. It's better in every way. It's made with just the egg yolk instead of the whole egg for mayo. So it's amazing.
We also use amber yolk eggs for our eggs.
I was going to ask about that. Yeah. So
Amber
where are you
yolk
sourcing those from? Because that is something that I haven't
We
seen.
used to get
since I
them
was overseas.
from. Well, when we first started the food truck, we were getting them from just grocery stores, and they were just so expensive.
Yeah.
And then we were getting them from Trader Joe's, and now Shamrock just got this product. They have these organic eggs with the amber yolk, so they just got them I think 3 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
we were super excited about that because they're way cheaper than we were getting them before. So
Beautiful.
that was
I
a huge
bet.
help for sure.
And taste better.
Yeah.
So you opened up a new location. Tell us about your new location and tell us where else you are.
So yeah, we opened up at the Park Place location at Park Place Mall in the food court. We were at American Eco, the food hall on the south side. It's about 22nd and 4th Ave. It was super awesome there. It was awesome to set our feet and kind of learn our first year, learn the food business pretty much, because before that we were just a food truck for 7, 8 months. So it was a lot of learning for us. So yeah, we were definitely ready to spread our wings a little bit and kind of level up. So
Are you still doing the food truck?
no. We tried to keep that going when we opened up American Eats, and we quickly discovered that we couldn't sustain it at the same time as running our brick and mortar.
Okay.
So
But we do pop-ups. So like we do the vegan market. We have a couple of other big events and festivals that we're going to be a part of.
Cool.
So we're really happy to be able to focus on our pop-up as well now.
yeah, and we have one location in Mesa, Arizona,
Oh,
that we opened
Wow.
up about a year. I think it's hit its first
It's
year
been
now.
a year
Yeah.
now, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm back and
Congratulations.
forth throughout the week to both locations. So
do you have a helicopter?
I wish that'd be awesome. Yeah.
You pretty much need it.
Just
Yeah.
a broken down van and a rental right now. So.
or live out out in the Marana and the boonies, and
Yep.
you're halfway there. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
one of the two.
I think we've gotten so used to the drive being back
the
and
drive's
forth.
really easy now,
yeah, it's
but-
not so easy.
Fair.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried the Bacher cider?
Yes, yeah.
We got some samples here. If you
Oh,
want
awesome.
to, if you want to dig in on those.
We last year at the beer crawl, we were in front of our
Yeah.
food truck was in front of their spot on 4th, and
Yep.
that was our first time trying it.
That's awesome.
While working, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Fun shift.
Fair enough.
So, what would you recommend as a first timer coming into your place to grab?
Probably the Japanese egg salad was my first love. That's what kind of got me started with the whole thing, and it sparked my interest. But a lot of people aren't egg salad people. But even if you aren't, you should try it, because a lot of people that aren't egg salad people end up liking it. That's kind of a whole different level. But our pork katsu sandwich or even rice bowl is probably our most popular. So it's so it's a pork cutlet. We fried it in Japanese panko, fresh Japanese panko. So the breading is soft. It's not toasted. So that's another big thing that we do. We try to keep it as real as possible. Best quality as we can give our customers. We used to use toasted panko, and now probably for the past like 7 months we've been using fresh panko, fresh Japanese panko, and
It just spreads
the
differently.
quality is like on a different
quality.
level. So it's really
Yeah.
good.
We also
Fair
have a
enough.
new item. It's our chicken katsu curry, which I brought for you guys as well.
Mhm.
That's my favorite right now.
Yeah, so
Curry?
it's
Oh,
chicken
man.
thigh fried in the same Japanese panko, and we use a curry mayo that we make in house,
Mm-hmm.
along with tonkatsu sauce and then these sliced red cabbage as well. So,
Awesome.
Wow.
Well,
Well, do you have any plum wine?
what was that?
plum
Sorry.
wine.
Plum wine?
Fun line?
Plum.
Plum
Plum.
wine. Yeah.
Plum wine?
Oh no,
Yeah, fair enough. But
I didn't know if you guys carried any of that with the Japanese.
no, we don't.
I'm-
I've heard of it
Sake.
though.
we're super excited to dig into some of this food. So you got to stay through the break, and we'll give on the air live responses to trying the food, which will probably be silence and but
Chewing sounds.
that's why you got to check out the YouTube channel or Facebook. Thank you to our amazing sponsors. That's Network Outdoors, Vero Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy Cody Peck, Local First Arizona Allegra Marketing Print and Mail, Saka, and don't forget, Stay Tasty Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. We're having an amazing time here in studio with Fatboy Sandoz. Thank you so much to Destiny and
Raphael.
Chef
Rafa. What?
Rafa.
Oh, Chef Rafa.
Chef.
I was like, wow, that's an incredible name. Thank you so much for joining us today here,
Thank you,
here in
guys.
studio. And thank you to Cody, who's going to now talk about the Network Outdoors Wild Game Dinner. And if you don't know what a Wild Game Dinner is, it's where you get to try some of the game from the Arizona wilderness and other wildernesses. And yeah, I'll let you talk
Other
about it.
wildernesses, ranches. Yeah,
Wilderness
so this will be our second one for
Night.
the year out here in Arizona. October 11th with an expo beforehand, some vendors, some local firearm trainers, other people that are going to help sponsor the the wild game dinner that we're putting on for charity with donating the proceeds out to some local charities such as 4-H.
Mm-hmm.
And the wild game dinner is limited tickets, limited seating on it. We're doubling basically the amount of seats that we had from at the beginning of the year. And you're going to be able to try them out, try some Dove Heart. We got Vera Earl is helping sponsor it, so we're going to have some beef tongue and beef heart and bone marrow from on that side. We're working on some elk and buffalo right now, and then we'll probably have some types of fish coming in too. So it's going to be a great time to get in there, try some different meats, different
Arizona
cuts that
sea
you
bass.
and we probably should have some Arizona sea bass in there too.
Oh my gosh, Arizona sea bass! I can't wait to talk more about that.
Yes. as it starts hitting the market more and more.
Yeah. Do you know what Arizona sea bass is?
No.
Do you know what Asian sea bass is?
No.
So Asian sea bass it's a sea bass. It's essentially a perch, but it's a little bit different. And in the wild, it's a very muddy fish because they're bottom feeders.
Yeah.
But we actually have a farm called Mainstream that is distributing through a local company here. And they're grown in Casa Grande, north of Casa Grande. And so it's the freshest fish in Arizona. They're 9 to 11 pounds.
Oh.
And there's amazing meaty
It's fish
flavor.
that doesn't taste like fish.
Yeah, because they actually feed them an organic vegetarian diet, and they constantly circulate the water, so none of the issues with them hanging out in their own stuff or anything. And then they actually flood, irrigate the field behind, and grow Bermuda grass to feed all the ranches around them.
That's awesome.
So it's a very unique ecosystem out there. But yeah, no, it's up and coming, and it's actually being served at Arizona Sands Club and a couple other places.
A couple other places, yeah.
But yeah, no, we're excited to get into that. And it has 2 to 3 times more omega-3s than salmon. And I mean, you could just take it and literally throw it in the fryer, and it's incredible. I mean,
Yes.
it grills.
Sounds good. I want some.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. We'll get you a sample of it. Yeah, so we got tickets. We still have some tickets available for sponsorships, for raffle items, some other stuff going in. People like Copper State Forge are going to be there.
Yeah.
USCCA, Ferrero Premium Beef. Seth Meddy is going to be over there, executive chef. He did our last menu. He's going to help with this menu. We got some other chefs coming out to help cook it. It's going to be a great time. Grab tickets, sponsor a table for some raffle items, and we're going to have a fun time on a unique dinner that you're not going to find anywhere else.
Awesome. And you can go to the thetastyshow.com and under events, and go to the bottom there. It's right there. You can also check out that for all the upcoming events, including knife fights, to give you the exact location. There's no tickets to be sold to knife fights or the Coffee with the Tasty Show. Just go and hang out. All right, so we're gonna dig into some of this tasty food, and I'm excited to try this egg salad. We're gonna pass Cody.
These onigiris.
Yep. You want to try one of these? Which one do
Sure.
you want? Do you want beef
Or
tuna or
spicy
the
or
beef?
tuna? Choices.
There's too many choices, man. Can I have 2, 1 for each hand? Don't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
Are you that hungry? I was expecting little sandwiches, so thank you so much for bringing
All right,
in
so what is
little
this?
sandwiches. I mean, look at
That's
this.
probably the Gayu. I think that's
Gayu.
the,
This
yeah.
is Gayu beef.
Are you familiar with how to open the
You're a
onigiris?
game, guys. That's all you.
I have no idea. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to walk me through like everything.
So there-
Just think I'm like a 2-year-old, and you gotta be like spoon feeding
gosh.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see that tab that's sticking out?
Yeah,
So you pull that all the way around,
I pull that all the way around,
and then you drag the plastic off the sides.
off the sides.
So off the sides. So grab it at the bottom.
Oh, the
and,
bottom.
You
Like
pull
the
the
bottom
plastic off the
corners.
sides, and now it touches the nori to the rice. So it pretty much waits till you're ready to eat the onigiri, and then
Keep it really fresh.
it keeps the seaweed fresh until you're ready.
Tasty.
Oh my goodness gracious! Look at that!
It's
Look
a
at
cool.
that!
That's a cool wrap.
Look at that!
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have taken me like 30 minutes to figure this thing out. And I would
Yeah.
have just cut
We like to ask
plastic.
people, like, do you know how to open that, or also just kind of.
All right, let's
There's
tear
also
it.
instructions at the bottom of it too.
Ooh, that smells
Yeah,
good.
so you can
Others.
flip it around and you'll bite from the top.
So flip it around and
Yeah.
bite from the top. All right.
So I'm going to cut this sandwich into a quarter, I think, because otherwise, like I said, I won't talk. So, tell us a little bit about your journey getting. You're a chef. How long have you been in the?
Me? No, I was, Now maybe I call myself a street chef more than a regular chef.
Yeah.
But,
Self-made chef.
No, I was just a home cook before. Like I said, I had no culinary background, so this is what started my culinary journey. So
Beautiful.
yeah. So now I'm starting to get in the scene, and then even down the road, I would, if I got time, which I hope happens, I would love to get a year of culinary under my belt. So
Posing for a picture, trying to not bite into this is just horrible.
I can say,
This egg salad. I mean, I've had a little bit, but wow. Let's get a bite.
how's that?
this is delicious.
Awesome.
This is definitely, I'd say, one of the more unique sandwiches I've ever had.
Yeah.
I don't know if you call this a sandwich.
It's
I call
called
it
the
a
onigiri, so it's just like a
Onigiri?
rice. Yeah, more it's like a rice ball.
Okay, I'm just
Rice
calling it a
ball with
sandwich.
It's like an onigiri.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to say that, and they won't say it. They'll just say that those things.
Yeah.
They're good. They're really good.
They're great for handhelds. So once I started digging into the recipes for the sandos, that's what kind of opened the doors to messing around with onigiri. I really wanted to carry those as well, because those they carry in the Japanese convenience stores as well.
Yeah.
So both of these, the
super
sandos and the
convenient.
onigiris, are staples of the convenience stores in Japan. So yeah.
That is good.
Right.
Definitely at the beginning, like trying all the new recipes. That was
Right.
being able to be like the tester.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
I think with the egg salad,
Is that teriyaki on the beef?
it's not.
It's somewhat similar. Yeah,
Sir-
we use brown sugar, soy sauce, and yeah, about the same thing.
Fair enough. So
Nice.
with the egg salad, though, I mean, it is a little different. It's not as heavy as you typically get from any of the. If you go to a grocery store, or if you make it, you're typically adding a bunch of stuff that makes it a lot heavier. It's clean. I mean, it's not that heavy fat content. I really like it.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
Thank you.
All right, and then we have this next one, and we have just a few minutes left here.
That one's
that's
our
the-
chicken curry.
The chicken, yeah. That's
Yeah.
we just started doing chicken katsu. So that one's with curry mayo that we make in house, and also tonkatsu sauce, which is a little sweet as well. So
Our pork katsu is like our number one seller, but this chicken curry katsu is coming in like
just catching up.
Yeah, it's catching up.
Well, as somebody that doesn't eat a lot of pork, I actually appreciate it a great deal because
Exactly,
I
yeah.
I like the eggplant one, but yeah, I just
Yeah, a lot of people don't eat pork, so yeah.
It's good to have like that option for
They're happy.
everybody.
and it's just more than I don't like pork.
Yeah.
I am not insane. I do eat bacon, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be crazy.
let's get
Speaking of that, it's bacon day.
Mhm.
It's
Ooh.
bacon day.
We got to have some bacon.
Be good.
That's just good. I mean, I don't. There's no other words other than tasty.
Yes.
It's still crunchy,
Hmm.
That's
which I
good.
wasn't expecting.
Good to know. Yeah, 'cause
And yeah,
it's took a car right over here, so.
well, I wasn't expecting it to be as crunchy in the sandwich form.
Yeah, and then the soft bread it like gives that good balance of it as well.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, do you have any other questions? Oh, in the last 30 seconds that we have here, why don't you tell us what's one thing that you need in your kitchen at home?
At home, yep.
There you go.
At home.
You.
Temperature check for your meat. we got really savvy to those with our restaurants, so we're using those all day.
Yeah.
We quickly got one for our house.
Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to welcoming you back. Like we were talking about earlier, we can't wait to have you maybe even on the TV show. So
Yeah, that'd be
Yay,
awesome.
that was
You
so
guys just
fun.
started doing that, right?
mm-hmm.
You guys were at Zio Pepe, I saw.
Oh, yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
I'm Wesley Source, your host of the Tucson Tasty Show. We'll be right back with our special call-in guest, Chef Nikki from Netflix. Thank you to our amazing sponsors, Vero Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy, Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing Print and Mail, and Saka. And as always, stay tasty, Tucson. Welcome back to the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Source. And hey there, Tucson food lovers. Welcome back to another flavorful segment on the Tucson Tasty Show. We are... Yes. So
we are moving on to a call-in, chef.
we are. We're. I don't know what happened. I lost my word. So culinary talent right here in our own backyard. Today, we have an absolute treat for you. Joining us on the show is Chef Nikki Liberato, hailing from the bustling streets of Philadelphia. Chef Nikki has taken the culinary world by storm with his creative twist on our traditional dishes and dedication to fresh local ingredients. He's the mastermind behind the Borscht Belt, and you can correct me if I said that wrong, a restaurant that pays homage to the beloved Jewish deli scene. But that's not all. Chef Nikki is also the dynamic host and executive producer of Netflix series Restaurants on the Edge, where he's traveled the globe to unearth culinary gems and share their stories behind the food we love. So how you doing today, Chef?
Hey, Wesley, how are you? Thanks for having me on.
Good.
I'm doing great.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's an honor.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Same.
So tell us about your how did your culinary journey begin?
You know, I grew up in an Italian family in the Philadelphia suburbs. Mm-hmm. My one set of grandparents had the food stands on the Italian market, and the other set lived out in the country. My grandmom Jojo, which is my dad's mom, was just an unbelievable cook, and I always just gotten so inspired. And I think my passion really grew behind that, seeing how food brings everyone together, and encapsulated a lot of my happiest times as a child. And it was something that really came easy to me, certainly much easier than a lot of other things. But I realized that a little bit later in life when I put all my time into it.
Right, and along your journey, what were some pivotal moments that shaped you as a chef?
I'd say anytime I jumped on a plane. Initially, my travel started with surf trips. I've been surfing most of my life, and when I was getting to these other parts of the world,
mm-hmm.
A lot of times when my friends were, doing other things, I was jumping in the kitchen with like the locals and really just kind of embracing all the local ingredients and the culture, and that really got my juices going. And then beyond that, I was very fortunate to work with a lot of amazing chefs around the world. One in particular, David Myers, who I feel like my cooking career just from everything that I knew before that moment to when I started working at a spot called Sona, SONA, and we later
mm-hmm.
opened up Comme Ça Brasserie in the West Hollywood area. I lived in Los Angeles for 22 years.
Oh, wow.
It just opened my mind, just blew my mind with ingredients and colors and preparation and, more than anything, integrity and work ethic. So it really shifted my whole view on what I was going to be doing the rest of my life and how I was going to be doing it.
Nice. What are some key lessons you learned from the various restaurants and kitchens you worked with around the world?
You're only as good as your ingredients. You have to be passionate and love what you do to be in this business. First off, it'll eat you up and spit you out. But I just always loved what I've done, and David Myers was actually a chef that had told me once, I was very, I always, needed money as a young cook and not making any money and wanting to be at so many different stages, but clearly there was so much work to be done before that, is not to worry about the money. And, the money will follow if you do everything right and you're passionate about what you're doing, because I think so many people get frustrated, especially today, everyone's a chef on Instagram and everything like that. And, things come so quickly, but, behind the scenes in life, the time away from home and missing so many important moments with family and friends, and for what you sacrifice actually to become a chef and to go through, the challenges that it takes to maintain things later in life and to stay consistent with it. It's like a trust fund kid. You take the money away, they're not going to know how to make money. But if you work hard, you'll know how to maintain things and how to appreciate it and keep it going.
Awesome. So, what would be a key lesson you've learned from the various restaurants or kitchen? Oh, I'm so sorry. Looking back, is there a specific experience that stands out as a defining moment in your chef journey?
There were so many. I mean, I can't tell you. There were so many nights I felt so defeated. Leaving the kitchen after breaking some plates or messing up a dish, or chef screaming at you or throwing something at you. I was grateful for that time that I was brought up in this business, because any of that would be done today, you would be canceled. But it was I think it built that thick skin and that kind of military mentality that I'm grateful for today, because it's built my work ethic and it's made me everything that I am. But I think there comes a time in your life when you start building a family and life starts to move on, where you really, you want to decide what's really important here, and you just finding balance in your life.
Absolutely.
And understanding that it's so important. Otherwise, so many things get taken away. So you gotta be careful what you wish for sometimes.
Nice. As you continue your journey, what are your goals for the future in the culinary world?
I'm currently pitching 2 new show concepts at the moment, and that's something that's very near and dear to me, because as a kid I was a child actor and model, and I really enjoyed being on TV, and when I became a chef, I wanted to figure out a way to kind of combine my 2 loves. So I've really been able to shine, and I'm so happy when I'm behind the camera, because I'm able to really spread that love for food and experience of dining and travel to so many more people, to kind of understand different cultures and really what a different lens to look through as far as just appreciating produce and the farms and sustainability and all that good stuff. So that's always led me. It's always the more challenging times have always led me to do great things. Like the show Restaurants on the Edge came from opening up an underperforming restaurant in Los Angeles on the beach that wasn't doing that well, and then really focusing on the branding, the marketing, the food, the purveyors, and ultimately the vibe that you're putting off. And then that turned into something amazing. It turned into a show that we shot around the world, and did that at any location that has a great view is usually a tourist trap. So,
right, including Northern Phoenix, because you guys were there for I think it was episode 4. Or 3 or 4.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, right outside of Phoenix. That was a fun one. I got to drive through the desert in a really cool car. I love Arizona. I have lots of friends there, and it's such a beautiful place. And yeah, I've always enjoyed driving through Arizona. I've done it quite a few times.
Awesome. So, with Tucson being a UNESCO City of Gastronomy, that's why we actually started the Tucson Tasty show, and really kind of diving into what that means, because a lot of people say that it means foodie. It doesn't mean foodie at all. It's actually a historic designation, like the Taj Mahal has a UNESCO rating. But we're doing a TV show as well. Can you give us any insight into pitch decks and getting those approved?
Yeah, I mean, one thing. Listen, I was pitching shows since 2004. You really can't get disgruntled or upset for anyone that rejects you. You just got to move on to the next,
right?
And believe in what you're doing. And yeah, you want to make sure you have a deck that's built with all the acts broken down, and whatever's going to, show what you're trying to, what you're trying to get picked up. And if you can get a sizzle together, and keep it under 3 minutes, and and do your best to get it in the right hands.
Right. That's awesome. Thank you.
So before you go,
the tough thing is right now everything's online, so it's when people are looking at analytics and stuff, so many at a touch of your finger you can look at people making 45-second recipes, and then look at the next one and look at the next one. So they're not buying as much content like online. Or for the networks and stuff. So you really got to know kind of what they're looking for at the moment.
Nice. Well, a little bit before we have to finish up here, what would you recommend as one item or one thing in the kitchen for aspiring chefs to make sure that they have advice on?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question again?
What one thing would you have in your kitchen at home to make sure that everybody, the tool that you need in your home kitchen? Thank you for
you need a sharp
complicating that.
You need a sharp knife and a fire, because I feel with that you can really cook anywhere. I can go into mandolins and tweezers and RoboCoops and Vitamixes all you want, but I was raised kind of like with peasant food, working with a mortar and pestle, a cutting board, and a knife, and working kind of with what's in season. I don't work a whole lot doing molecular gastronomy and stuff. It's not my style. But just some good music, a glass of wine, a sharp knife, and a fire, and you're good to go.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Tucson Tasty Show. It was definitely an honor. And we'll see you next Saturday from 3 to 4. We have Kingfisher and Savage Co. Thank you to our special guests and sponsors, Don of Bacher Cider, Fatboy Sandos, and, of course, Netflix chef Nikki Liberato, Vera Earl Premium Beef, Your Financial Guy Cody Peck, Network Outdoors, Local First Arizona, Allegra Marketing, Print and Mail. Thank you for tuning into the Tucson Tasty Show. Remember to savor every delicious bite and keep those taste buds excited. Until next time, stay tasty, Tucson.